Welcome to the TyreSafe Annual Review 2020. I'm Stuart Jackson, Chair of TyreSafe. Around this time every year, we send a printed overview of the work that's been undertaken by TyreSafe over the last 12 months. It's fair to say this year has brought many challenges for us all, and that includes TyreSafe. We've had to change, we've had to adapt, and we've had to innovate. So this year, it's my pleasure to be able to take you through those highlights personally. Being a road safety organisation, two of the most important aspects of TyreSafe are what we do and why we do it. So let's take a couple of minutes to introduce you to TyreSafe and our work.
TyreSafe is the UK's leading tyre safety charity, dedicated to raising awareness about the importance of correct tyre maintenance and the dangers of defective and illegal tyres. Incidents caused by tyre defects lead to over 170 deaths or serious injuries on UK roads each year. Many of these incidents could be avoided if drivers carried out regular tyre maintenance, yet as many as 1 in 5 have never even checked their tyres. TyreSafe campaigns year-round to change public attitudes to essential tyre maintenance and educates drivers through targeted campaigns on a wide variety of subjects. In October, TyreSafe's campaigning focuses on Tyre Safety Month. Each year, a dedicated range of materials including posters, leaflets, animations, online material, social media and videos carry the message to increasingly large audiences. TyreSafe is regularly featured online with films and animations targeted at a range of audiences like parents and holidaymakers, in the press, on TV and radio. TyreSafe's success is made possible with the aid of its many supporters, including tyre, car and van manufacturers and retailers, equipment suppliers, high street brands, football clubs and emergency services. TyreSafe also works with road safety organisations, charities, government agencies, police and trading standards. They provide expert knowledge which has helped councils and trading standards crack down on the illegal operations of some part-worn dealers. TyreSafe is represented on the National Roads Policing Intelligence Forum's working groups and also works with Highways England. Working together, TyreSafe and its supporters have contributed to a 47% reduction annually in the number of killed or seriously injured casualties resulting from tyre-related incidents since 2006. With your support, TyreSafe can further reduce the number of tyre-related incidents and casualties on our roads. TyreSafe. Save tyres. Save lives.
And this is how our programme looks for the overview. We're going to look at tyre safety statistics, who our official supporters and partners are, the TyreSafe briefing for 2020 and the awards, our campaigns, the ones we managed and the ones we didn't, our annual results for 2020, and then happily looking forward to 2021. I'd like to start on a slight tangent to reinforce what an utterly extraordinary year this has been. TyreSafe's year starts on the 1st of November and runs through to the conclusion of Tyre Safety Month. Cast your mind back to the 1st of November last year. And now think of the world as it was on the 31st of October this year. I'm no spring chicken, but I've never experienced a year like it, and I'm sure we all agree we don't want to see the same again anytime soon. We take our hats off to those who strived to save lives from this dreadful new disease, and remember many of our blue light colleagues have been directly involved on the front line of the fight. And of course, we also pass on our sympathies to those worst affected. TyreSafe had no immunity from the pandemic either. We concluded our plan for the year and set to work, as we always do, only to rip it up and start all over again. The onset of COVID-19 forced us to be more responsive and innovative in the delivery of our potentially life-saving message than ever, which was a real challenge. Check your tyres clearly resonates best when people are driving regularly, but as traffic levels dropped by as much as 80%, we had to adapt our approach. So we developed materials to engage with children and families while they were at home during lockdown 1. As restrictions eased, we went on to deliver a high-profile campaign to help motorists prepare for staying safe when getting back on the roads. Ready for the Road put TyreSafe at the forefront of a national campaign formed by a partnership of the UK's leading road safety organisations for the very first time. Adaptation and innovation was also essential if we were to deliver our showcase event of the year, the TyreSafe briefing. I'll be honest, staging an online briefing was a tough ask, but I'm proud of what we achieved. And you can count on us using the online platform to create more opportunities for our supporters to engage directly with the TyreSafe team going forwards. Of course, there's no replacement for meeting face-to-face. And I think we all felt that most when we realised the TyreSafe Awards couldn't go ahead as a gala dinner. Even though we were able to recognise the efforts of our supporters with yet another innovative solution, we all sincerely hope we'll be back together again in person for the 2021 briefing and awards. So while this year has been, well, pretty awful, frankly, TyreSafe has continued to break new ground and demonstrate great strength in preparation, innovation, and an ability to enthuse our highly valued partner relationships to amplify those messages. We're definitely looking forward to 2021. And we're also looking forward, of course, to seeing you again in person. But in the meantime, stay safe and stay tire safe. So let's start with those all-important tire safety statistics. Part of our educational brief is that only 1 in 5 drivers have ever checked the tread depth on their tyres. More worrying for us, however, is that number in young drivers rises to 3 in 5 that have never checked the tread depth. Every year, well over 2 million vehicles fail the MOT test as the result of a tyre defect. So let's imagine what's happened to that number this year as the result of delaying the MOT test by almost 6 months. On the analysis we did on tyres at point of change, over 27% were illegal. Even more scary, though, is that over 70% of tyres had a tread that was on 2 millimeters or below. That's nearly 24 million tyres. And let's remember the difference between 2 millimeters and 1.6, which is the UK minimum legal requirement, is 0.4 of a millimeter. That's all the difference is between borderline and illegal. That's half the thickness of a bank card. And we're often asked, how long will our tyres last from that 2 mils to 1.6 until they're illegal? And that's a question we just can't answer honestly, because it depends on so many variables. The style of driving, weather conditions, road conditions, everything has an effect. Let's talk now about the benefits of tyre safety. And let's ask the question, what do motorists actually want from their tyres? The straightforward answer is they want to pay as little as possible and they want them to last as long as possible. Let's take underinflation as just one example of how tyres cost the motorist. The estimate is £600 million plus on wasted fuel bills purely on underinflated tyres. If you're what car, they'd suggest that number is 24% inaccurate, which would mean 800 million plus. But if you're the AA, such a recognised body in the industry, they're suggesting that number in fact is 40% inaccurate, which means running on underinflated tyres costs Britain over £1 billion in excess fuel bill every year. The number of people killed or seriously injured as the result of a vehicle defect is well over 400 per year. And even with the change from Stats 19 into the new crash reporting system, there's very little difference. The only main difference is we can now be more targeted in the main contributory factors of what actually caused the incidents. When it comes to vehicle defect-related casualties over a 5-year average, tyres is by far the biggest contributor. And that may come as a surprise because many would have expected that to be brakes. The one thing we can't say is that brakes number, how true is that? Bearing in mind your brakes rely on your tyres' performance and rely on them being in contact with the ground. Even with the change from Stats 19 to the new crash reporting, the difference in the number of people killed or seriously injured as the result of a tyre-related defect has almost not changed. Any number above zero is too many, but when we're talking nearly 160 people and all those families and circles of friends associated with that every single year, it's a horrendous number. When it comes to factors resulting in a killed or seriously injured statistic, let's think for a second on how visible the use of mobile devices behind the wheel has become, and the penalties associated with that. And yet those KSI numbers are significantly higher when it comes to tyre defects. Let's touch now on our official supporters and our partners. Each year we see great engagement with our stakeholders, and that increases massively year on year. Last year we saw a huge commitment from our police forces across the country who helped us put tyres in the top 5 when it comes to vehicle checks at roadside. A wonderful outcome. This year already we've engaged with the National Fire Chiefs Council, and already we're seeing the benefits of them spreading the message across their divisions nationally. We want to thank each and every one of our official supporters, but we also need to ask them and you, please encourage your contacts to engage with TyreSafe more and on a more regular and detailed basis. That's why we're there. Our message gets to the street because of the efforts that you put in on our behalf, and we're so happy to work in partnership with you all. Let's talk now about the TyreSafe Briefing and Awards 2020. For the first time ever since the TyreSafe briefings began, 2020 saw us in a position where we just couldn't bring all of our people together for a face-to-face meeting. So we had to think, we had to change, we had to adapt, and we had to innovate. And this year we delivered our first online briefing. Yes, we had 1 or 2 technical issues, but minor in the grand scheme of things. We increased our audience to over 600 delegates, and this time including an international audience. It was a huge success, and we're all massively proud of the fact that we didn't let the current circumstances affect us and our failure to deliver the briefing. But what it also did was allow proof of concept. So from here on in, online events will be an integral part of all of our communications calendar. Similarly, for the 2020 TyreSafe Awards, the current circumstances just would not allow us to bring everybody together for our gala dinner and our presentation evening, now one of the most prestigious events in the calendar. But we didn't let that stop us. We revised our approach. The awards went ahead, and we pre-recorded videos of the presentations for all of the winners and leveraged the benefit of those in the final days of Tire Safety Month through social media channels. For 2021, we're looking forward once again to a face-to-face meeting. And there will be some revisions to the submission platform to make it more attractive for people to be able to submit their entries nationally. And there are some very, very happy winners across the country. Let's look then at what we could manage as far as campaigns were concerned. Let's look at the assets we used during lockdown 1. So simple an adult can do it, a theme we used so well before, reinvented. Ready for the road and Tire Safety Month 2020. As you can imagine, it was so difficult under the current circumstances to be able to deliver everything that we'd originally planned. The Tire Safety Month concept had to change completely. Motorhome, caravan, motorbike, back on the road, all had to change. Home Safely, one of the most successful campaigns we've ever delivered. Part 4, delayed. Our new video filming we expected to do this year, all planned and canned. But this is where the innovation, the adaptation, the change and the positive mental attitude comes in. We changed our entire approach and we developed new assets to use during lockdown 1. We delivered 2 types of educational programs by using TyreSafe trivia concepts. One in the shape of a trivia quiz and the other one in the shape of a trivia crossword. Both challenging, both educational, both well received. So simple, an adult can do it. We delivered a revised campaign, something we've done before, in using the strength of the message that comes from children to educate their parents, done in a completely different format, revised, delivered in a cartoon format, engaging, educational, easy to understand, and well received. A new collaborative concept ready for the road. A first for TyreSafe, a collective of road safety organisations who build a concept to educate families into the need to be ready to return to the road after lockdown. And for the first time ever, TyreSafe at the forefront in leading the campaign. The assets for Ready for the Road included a radio day, 139 total items of coverage, and a massive, almost 43 million listener reach with 19 hours plus of total airtime. What a performance. And then, of course, Tire Safety Month itself.
Coming soon to cinemas, roads near you soon. TyreSafe's Tire Flicks Productions, featuring all the titles to keep you safe on the roads this year. As the legendary, the good, the bad, and the underinflated shows us, check your tire pressure each month to make sure you're not cast as the villain. Find your tire size and look up the right pressure settings in the handbook, fuel filler cap, or in the door shut. Now for iconic road movie done in 60 seconds. Who knew a potentially life-saving check could be done so efficiently? Check your tires for any stones or loose objects caught in the tread. And if you can remove them without causing any damage, then take them out. Nails might easily have penetrated the tire, and bulges could be a sign of internal damage. So if you spot these or any cuts, make sure you get a professional to check them for you. Last, but never least, it's the essential Judge Dredd. It's an action movie with an important message. Tread depth should be at least 1.6 millimeters, otherwise your tires are illegal. And you don't want to be facing a possible £2,500 fine and 3 penalty points for each tire. To avoid being judged, simply pop the coin into the tire's tread across its width and at several points around its circumference. If you can see the border, then your tire may be illegal. Don't forget to add future TyreFlix presentations to your watch list, like The Usual Suspects and Tire Story, coming soon on TyreSafe's social media channels and website. Make sure your tires are ready for action this month and every month. TyreSafe.org.
A brand new groundbreaking theme. Funny, interesting, engaging, educational, and of course comes with a brand new toolbox of assets, posters, leaflets, and social media assets for you to be able to tailor and use. And again this year, personalization options. Would you like to add your own name and your own logo? You can do that, but this time you can do that yourself. We've launched a brand new simple to operate system. You upload your name, you upload your logo, you download the professional print quality file, ready to go. So what does that all mean for the results then? What did we actually achieve in 2020? Well, without question, it was a tough year for driving the message, but we still managed a circulation of over 120 million in traditional and broadcast media, with over 50 hours of broadcast coverage. Add to that the success of YouTube, the success of Twitter, and the success of Facebook. It has overall been, despite the difficulties, a fantastic year. Well, what can I say? It's been one of the most challenging years on record, and yet one of the most successful again for TyreSafe. We had to change, we had to adapt, and we had to innovate, but we still delivered. But a huge thank you goes to you, to our stakeholders, through our partnerships. Without you, those messages don't reach where they need to reach. How can we spread those messages without your work and your commitment, your passion and your enthusiasm? And for that, we owe you a massive debt of gratitude. The last 12 months has been very difficult, but we're looking forward now to using Tire Safety Month in 2020 as the platform that will take us through a very successful and brighter 2021. Thank you.